All right, are we live? Can you guys hear me? Let's see. I'm trying out new live software, so let me know. Let me make sure we're live here. Your videos. Lives. We got 2 viewers. Ah, we are here. Let me go in and change this thumbnail. All right, guys, let me know how this looks and sounds. I am using, it says pretty quiet. Maybe I gotta talk more into the mic. Is that better, or do I need to turn it up? Let me know, let me know. Let me make this thumbnail real quick, and then we will get into it. Just size 20. Guess that works. Export. How's it looking? How's it sounding, guys? Do I need to turn it up? Do I need to figure out how to turn this up? That's the real question, because I don't know what I'm doing in this new software. All right, what happened to the... And I'm not hardwired in, so we'll see how this stream holds up, because it may not hold up well. Ooh, it looks crispy. Okay. Before I was using Streamlabs. Is that what's called? Yeah, Streamlabs. And now I am using Ecamm Live. I got this software from Mr. Terry Warfield. And yeah, this stuff's dope. It simplifies this like way more than Streamlabs. All right. Guys, just so you know, Terry's very mean. I'm reading his text right now. He is very, very, very mean. How's the audio sound? Let's look at these comments. Whoa. Got a lot of comments already. Pretty quiet. It's crisp. Sup. Volume is a little low. Zach Mayfield, he can't find his record button on any cam, any device. Just use your iPhone, bro. Nice. A little bit more. Maybe I just need sounds great. That's fine. Go to 11. In the vlog lenses, you haven't sold it yet. Damn deal. Someone's on the beach. Oh, I see, Will. Yeah, Will, you're outside, bro. We're doing some moody cinematic lighting here. And once again, I am on the Kato 40 millimeter and the Black Magic Pixis. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's funny because, like, with me being, you know, kind of on the forefront of Blazar releases and stuff, I get to see all the hate, and I don't understand it because these lenses look great. Haters are going to hate, though, you know. You're a little quiet and pixelating. Audio's okay. I don't know how to turn this up, y'all. My volume's, like, all the way up at 100. And my Rode software is not working. Maybe I could turn it up in there. All right, let me figure this out, and then we'll get into this. I apologize. Part of me just wanted to test out, what is it, Rodecaster. No, I'll just type in Rode. Part of me just wanted to test out this new live software. And I was going to do, I think I'm going to do more of these. Again, I just launched my memberships. And so I might start doing more frequent lives just for members. We'll see if I can figure out, you know, enough time for that. But I do have a lot of content coming up for members only. It's going to be like long form BTS type stuff. So I'm pretty excited for that. How's my audio sounding, guys? Do I just need to talk in here more? Oh, Kofi, is this what you're live? That's why I text Kofi and I were texting, and he mentioned going live. I was like, oh, hope he's not going live right now because I was about to. Moody cinematic surfing videos. Will, I don't surf, bro. But if you're surfing, please be safe. I think the ocean's terrifying. Let's see. Are you going to record the lives for members? I mean, the public lives will be up for everybody to see. But yeah, I'll definitely be doing lives just for members only. Probably after it gets to a certain level. Obviously, if there's just like 5 or 10 members, you know, I'll still down to do a live for them, but it'd probably be less frequent. Go into channel settings and boost the dB from there. Let me download Rodecaster because this is the Rode mic, but the Rode Central won't open for some reason. Bear with me, guys. Sorry, I'm re-downloading the software. Two seconds. This is why I love Mac, because everything just downloads so fast. My USB port just broke, so we'll see how it goes. Guys, how's it? Is it holding up? Everything's looking fine? Again, I'm using new software, so this is all new for me here. 2 seconds, and I'll have the audio up here, and then we'll get into business. Please open. Ooh, it worked. There's an update. We'll update it later. Oh, it's not going to let me. Okay, we'll update the mic now. This may be the first anamorph. Also, guys, I think I can highlight. How do I add to broadcast? Do you guys see that comment on there? How do I bring comments up? Sorry, y'all. I'm learning. I'm learning here. Add to broadcast. To crop and overlay. Drag from the edge while holding down the option key. I don't see it. Tell me, do you guys see a YouTube comment highlighted? When the device isn't even coming up. Sorry, y'all. I'm figuring this out. Let's relaunch Rode Central again. We almost got it. Apologies. I know this is annoying. Watching a guy on live trying to figure out their stuff. There it goes. All right. All right. Oh, my Okay, how am I sounding now? How's this sounding? Is this sounding better? Is this sounding better here? I hope it's sounding better. Ooh, I got a thumbs up. All right. I really need to figure out how now to get comments on the screen here. Maybe I gotta do... I'm just clicking buttons now. Overlays. Ah, I think I'm onto something here. Okay, guys. We'll have to figure this out another time. I literally watched 0 videos on like how to do this. Might have to call Terry live here. Booming. Okay. All right. I could probably get away from the mic a little bit more now. All right, y'all. We'll have to figure out how to get comments up on the screen another time. That's kind of driving me crazy that I can't figure out right now. Let's see. So our mics are good. Camera effects, we don't need that on. Comments are up. Maybe I need to add a source. Sorry, y'all, we're almost ready to go here. I don't know. All right. So let's talk about what we're going to talk about here. Yeah. So everybody that's trying to get into YouTube, actually before that, let me show you our setup over here. Boom. Look at this. So this is the iPhone here. So you guys can see this is the Blackmagic Pixis. I'm not using those wireless transmitters right now. But we used to have a DJI Action, a DJI focus motor, V-mount back there, the Kato 40mm, and the Mophage Poco rear VND PL adapter. And that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, sorry, that's my shill money there. So you guys had to see that, sorry. All right, one last time, guys. Let me know in the chat if everything's looking good. Are we looking Gucci? Let me know. Show background. Ooh, okay. I figured out the comment thing. Ooh. Sorry, y'all. I'm figuring this out. Text. Let's see. Background. No background color. All right. Ooh. Ooh. Sorry, y'all. You're just here watching me figure out software. I know this is just so fun. Border width. More options. Blend mode. Angle. Distance. There we go. All right. Look at that. I feel like an uncle up in this. All right, let's just put this right over here. Shout out to Thomas. He let's do a little shadow color on here. We'll do it just like that. All right. I am digging this. Should we do let's do a color background on this. Ooh, that messed it all up. Let's just keep that off. There we go. All right. Okay, yeah, I love this. This is fun. Sounds great. Great picture and lens is stellar. This is great publicity. Yes, sir. All right. This is what I like to see. Looks and sounds sexy, sir. That's the type of vocabulary I'm talking about. I don't know what this means, but I'm enjoying having comments up on the screen finally. All right. Let's talk. I'm almost out of coffee. I might DoorDash some Starbucks. I'm incredibly lazy. So as you guys can see the title, I forgot the title actually myself. What did I call this live? Let me make sure I cut all of this out, y'all. So, Let's go to my videos. I usually don't like shooting from the side of light, and yeah, but we're figuring it out. Okay, now I can view. Yeah, this live looks crispy, guys. Ecamm Live is where it is at. This is so sick. Yeah, so again, the title is a guide for filmmakers wanting to become YouTubers. This actually has been something I've been wanting to do for a while. Kofi and I talk about this a lot, and we were just talking about it. And yeah, so there's a lot of, we notice there's like a lot of videos coming out where a lot of videos coming out of the filmmakers in the space, kind of doing a review of their 2024 jobs, and how it was a slow year, how 2024 was a slow year for them. And I've been seeing this, you know, myself in my own career over the past few years. I just saw, you know, I would go from making $50,000 to $60,000 on one shoot, down to, you know, like 15 to 30, which is still a lot of money, I know. But over at a certain time point, all of a sudden vertical content started to be involved in the deliverables. And every time I'd be like, shit, like I don't want to do vertical deliverables. Like I don't want to deal with that. And next thing you know, in 2024, the handful of jobs I did say yes to, it was all vertical deliverables. And I'd be like, no horizontal at all. Like this is different brands across different genres, different niches, different, like totally different type of brands and companies. All of them just wanted vertical deliverables. If you guys don't know what deliverables are, it's basically, let me move this over a little bit here. There we go. Vertical deliverables are basically, you know, when you do work for a brand, they have a set of deliverables for you. So at the end of the shoot, those are all like the final videos that you have to give to them. And then once that's done, that's usually when you could, you know, submit your final invoice. You can charge separate. That's a whole different thing. But so yeah, deliverables went from like 3 to 5 minute long brand docs, like cinematic looking brand docs, horizontal use, where they would kind of put it as like a hero video on their website. And we would do cut downs of that into like 30 seconds to 60 seconds. And then we started to do like, you know, vertical uses out of those videos as well. And then it became all just vertical content, like all vertical deliverables, which is very depressing to, you know, spend $30,000 on a cinema kit, show up to do a shoot and be really excited to do it, knowing all of this is just going to go on social media and it's going to be a 15 to 30 second reel or an ad that people are just going to scroll past. So, you know, again, I saw this happening in the past 3 years. And that's part of the reason I came to YouTube, because I'm like, if I'm going to be doing all this work, I'd rather be doing it in my own stories, and my own things and people that I want to highlight, and just doing it my own way. And if I'm going to have to just be delivering for social use, I might as well do what I want to do with it. So that's what's beautiful about YouTube, is it's given me the allowance to do that. So, there's a lot of filmmakers, I think, that wants to come to the space purely because it's a different revenue source, which is fine. You know, a lot of people operate their channels as a business. There's some that want to come to it because they see us living frivolously and free. And so, you know, they want a piece of that. But YouTube does not have the structure that filmmaking does or commercial jobs have or any of that. So when they come to the space and, you know, they bring their knowledge and experience, they just, I think some people are entitled to feel like people should just tune in and watch them and listen to them. But that's not how the space works. Well, yeah, it sucks. You could be giving the best advice in the world on YouTube and it won't do well. And if you don't like that fact, then don't get on YouTube. Don't do YouTube. It's the same way when you're doing commercial work. We want to be able to use the gear that we want to use that also works for the job, obviously, the right tool for the job. But if a brand's like, hey, we're going to pay you $30,000 only for vertical content, you know, for me, it's like, I can't shoot anamorphic then. The last, I won't say what brand it was, but it was a beautiful shoot. And I found myself still being grateful for being there, but it was all vertical usage, but I was like, screw that. I'm going to do anamorphic anyways. I regretted shooting anamorphics. I should have shot, you know, standard spherical, because it would have made the vertical deliverables cleaner, more commercial looking. So that was kind of my clear sign of like, I need to stop saying yes to jobs and just, you know, do what I want to do. Because again, I was being ungrateful and I wasn't making the right decisions purely out of a selfish place. So anyways, yeah. So if you're a filmmaker wanting to come to YouTube, you aren't entitled to views. You're entitled to people liking you. You know, you can give, again, the best advice in the world, but who gives a shit? There's totally different people on here with totally different needs. Everybody's on here for a different reason. Some people just like gear. There's a lot of tech heads in the space now, and all they want to fucking talk about is gear, which is fine. Every filmmaker and photographer that says, you know, oh, I don't like gear. We all like gear, guys. We all like it. It's the tools of the job. It's like a guy building a house. You know, if he has a favorite hammer, he's gonna, you know, glizz up his favorite hammer. That's fine. But at the end of the day, we have to remember that these are tools for a job. It's a paintbrush for an artist. So when you come onto this space, you know, a big part of it is I think there's two sides to it. You either need to provide entertainment or you need to provide value. And I think entertainment could be a value. So I guess that's kind of a double-edged sword there. So if you're trying to provide value, that is the moments where, you know, you just want to share your knowledge and your experience. But again, if it doesn't do well, you can't get pissy about it. You can't be a little brat about it saying, oh, only YouTubers talking about gear get views. That's stupid. That's like, so again, that's entitlement. So just like you did when you're doing commercial work and doing, you know, filmmaking and all that, there were certain things you had to do that you didn't want to do, like networking or using certain cameras or working with certain people or being on certain sets, waking up at a certain time. YouTube's the same shit. So even though this is an insane, amazing platform to do the things that you love and it gives you access to monetization to fund your projects and also to build a community, like an actual real community, it isn't a me show. So if you're someone that has a lot of experience and knowledge and you want to provide that side of the value, you still need to learn how to do it on YouTube. Personally, for me, like my previous video where I was talking about X-Pan stuff, I absolutely love X-Pan photography. In order to help get a little bit more views and tractions for it, I put gear into the video and I also put gear into the title. So the Hasselblad 907X, I think, is a beautiful camera. I don't know if there's a huge audience for it, but for me, I knew, I guess what's cool about having a mic is I could burp and sniffle and not be in the mic. I don't know why I'm burping so much right now, though. What was I saying? Geez, ADHD. What was I saying? This is my life. Yeah, so you still have to figure out you need to learn SEO. You need to read what people are actually looking up. You need to look up, let me check the chat real quick, make sure. Let's see. I think it's fine. I'm not crazy about 30 FPS. Is there something wrong with my stream here? I am streaming at 24 FPS. I don't know if that's a no-no for streaming, but okay. I think we're fine. So, yeah, there's still a way of doing this. So I think my biggest piece of advice for filmmakers coming onto YouTube is Don't think just because you're experienced on set and productions that you are entitled to people watching you. That's not how this works. So on top of that, since we are filmmakers and talking about filmmaking, I think we should be practicing filmmaking in every aspect. So even when I'm doing lives, I still want to be able to flex on myself, challenge myself to do beautiful setups, to make it look pretty. I think the traditional way of YouTube where, you know, people could just set up a light and start talking to the camera, I think those ways are kind of dead. I think people have grown over that because, you know, this is oversaturated on here. There's a lot of talented people trying to create value on here or gain value on here. And so, again, you can't just sit in your room and think you're some hot shot and everybody should listen to you. You can't do that. You have to actually try. Sorry to tell you, you have to try on this space. You have to try. You have to try. You have to try. Get that through your head. You have to try. On top of that, you need to be authentic. Don't think, again, I think a lot of people get confused because, you know, again, a lot of us have been watching YouTube for years, and the people we grew up watching on here in this same space, they did things differently, but the audience has also grown at the same time, and the audience expects more, which I think they deserve to expect more. So, you know, you think you might be able to, like, you know, do the same thing that people with 1 million subs are doing, but you can't. You got to be different. You got to be new. You got to reinvent shit. If that's too much pressure for you, don't come on YouTube. Don't do it. So yeah, let's go in the comments and then I'll get back into it. I don't have anything written down. I'm just rambling off the top of my head. While we do this though, I am going to order more coffee. I'm going to just DoorDash some coffee. I apologize, but it's either that or I make more coffee, and that's going to take longer than me door dashing. And then we'll go through comments. Just give me 2 seconds here, y'all. How dope is this? We could go live. We could chat. We could keep it real. We could stay authentic. It's probably going to be the next thing we talk about. All right, y'all, I'm going to do the ice brown sugar oat milk shake and espresso. This is, make sure my address or nothing is on here. This is that in focus there? This is my go-to drink here. The ice brown sugar oat milk shake and espresso. Sometimes I will, okay, I was double checking my address wasn't there. That would suck. Sometimes I like to add an extra shot to it. And I'm lactose intolerant. And, you know, it won't make me shit myself. God damn it, stop doing that. I'm going to do a medium. Make sure it's oat milk. There's already 3 shots in it. We'll keep it there. Ecamm keeps trying to turn my phone back on. Wants me to screen share. I'm always scared of DoorDash and people spitting in my stuff, so I try to get decent tips. All right. Coffee is ordered. Ooh, I didn't see if that charged me extra for not spending a certain amount. Oopsies. Oh well. Oopsies. All right, let's go through these comments. Hey, Kofi with the super chat. He sent $13.99 in Canadian. So that means we got like 3 cents or something like that. Ooh. Let's see. Add to broadcast. Look at this. Oh, Ecamm's the shit, guys. This is sick. Thanks, Kofi. Thanks, bro. I'll get you back. Guys, Kofi's going live tomorrow. So stay tuned for his live tomorrow. He might be talking about a similar thing. It'd be cool. Kofi and I operate very similarly, but also very differently. So Kofi has mastered like the mix of quantity and quality. So a lot of the times we say, you know, you either have to pump out a lot of content, which I do think works. But there is a lot of people doing that. But how Kofi kind of beat everybody out in sense of like growing with that aspect of, you know, that avenue of doing quantity, sorry. He also showed a lot of quality. So even though, you know, he might not be doing like every video might not look like a film, which is totally okay. He provided so much freaking value and he did it with class. He did it with quality still. And that's why Kofi is so loved. So Kofi and I have been growing pretty much neck to neck. Obviously, I've been on YouTube for like 5 or 6 years, so I already had like 20K subs before I went live, or before I went full time, or 30K, something like that. But if we start around the same time, we probably have the same amount of subs right now. So Kofi's definitely going to be a top dog in the future, near future, I think. And yeah, so I think it'd be exciting to hear what Kofi has to say tomorrow on his live. Kofi, if you want to let them know what time you're going live tomorrow, I'll pin it. All right, let's go through these comments. Let's see what we got here. Also, guys, should I add a light behind me? I'm using my Roadrunner Black Magic LUTs, by the way. Someone commented saying they don't see them. I forgot to ever export and import them. So while I've been using them, I haven't posted them yet. So if you want to get this same look, you guys can see live, this is my LUT. I'm not doing any edits. I'm not making any tweaks. This is just what my LUTs look like. So if you're someone that wants to try that out, I'll post them onto my website here soon. Maybe I'll try to do that today. I need to edit after this, but all right, let's see. Guys, go check out Emerson. We worked together a couple times now. I think a couple times, maybe just one time, I'm not sure. Insanely talented dude. Emerson, I hope you do way more content this year, and Ben as well. And I might be out in Arizona within the next 6 to 8 weeks. So I'll be hitting you up so we can collab. You guys, here's Terry himself. This is why I'm on eCam right now. Sorry, just had acid reflux in the camera. eCam live, nice, looks awesome. Yeah, guys, I'm impressed. I was using Streamlabs before, and holy crap, it was awful. I thought at first, I was like, oh, this is sick. Like, I have so much control, but everything required, you had to Google any little thing. If I wanted to bring up the chat, I had to Google it. If I want to figure out how to highlight a comment like this, it was a nightmare. I couldn't figure it out. And it's kind of slow and sluggish, and the image quality wasn't that great. And, you have to really manually input everything, know what you're doing. This eCam thing, I literally downloaded it like 15 minutes before I went live. Like, that's wild. So shout out to Terry for being a shill. Let's see. Yeah, Peter. Bro, what type of work do you do? As you guys can see, he says, yeah, budgets are going down, so they say. Yeah, it's funny because my day rate is 5K. So if a brand brings me on to do anything, it's 5K. Even if that's for a half day, it's 5K. And I started to realize, like, I would see all of a sudden, like, a brand would hire me for years, like years back to back. And, that's a great sign of, you're doing something right if a brand keeps bringing you back. If a brand brings you back twice, it's like, whoa, my mind's blowing. But if they keep bringing you back, you're like, okay, they're locked in. And anytime those brands did move on with somebody else, which is normal too, it was always somebody younger, somebody who I know for sure is probably charging way less. So that's kind of the sad reality is, we're racing to the bottom. Everybody's fighting for work. It's oversaturated. Anybody could buy a camera now. And especially with brands starting to focus on more vertical content, my brain doesn't work that way. I don't see vertical content. I see, branded mini docs. I see super cinematic, short form type video type stuff, short film type video type stuff. So when it comes to Reels, I'm not creative in that way. So you got these young cats coming up with their Sony FX or Sony A7 IVs and A7S IIIs, and they're just crushing it with really creative edits. Maybe they don't know how to tell a story. Maybe they don't know how to light things, but they know how to do a fire-ass edit. And that's what brands are looking for right now. And I don't know if that's going to change anytime soon. Let's see what else we got. Sigmund, that's a cool name, if I'm saying it right. Just found you recently, love your work. Thank you for all the inside guidance. Thank you for tuning in, bro. This is an interesting question for me. How did you find me? What was it? Did YouTube suggest a video? I'm like forever trying to figure out how YouTube works. Alan said, yeah, I had something like that recently. I shot a whole esports event vertically. That was a weird one for me. Yeah, I'll never, multiple brands have, I realized it started off with like, you know, we put all this budget towards like beautiful shoots, like traveling around the world. And they'd be like, hey, can you use your like phone, or is there a way you can get vertical content too? And I would get so just like frustrated because I'm like, you guys are hiring me and I'm bringing like this like $20,000 package of gear and you want me to do vertical content? Like what? And then it started to be more phone. Can you shoot some stuff on the phone? We realized like the stuff we just shoot on phone does better. And I'm like devastated. And again, that's what their marketing's turning into. If you think a brand's looking out for you, they're not. It's a brand. They're making money, and they got to look out. You know, they're forever trying to increase profits and lower operating, whatever it's called, their operations. So, what's this? Cook us for N40s, 20K crew for InstaReel. Yeah, I never had jobs where I needed gear like that. When brands hired me, they never asked what gear I had. Brands would either find me from word of mouth. You know, models, a lot of models have recommended me to brands and got me a lot of work, just like models that are friends. And, you know, that's for me not being a creep and, you know, being just part of the community of photography and models and fashion and all that. Either that or a lot of creative directors that I didn't even know knew me. They followed me from Instagram though. And I learned like 5 years ago, one time I was shooting, it was for like a bikini brand, The Desert. I used to be like known as like the desert photographer guy. And she was like attached to my hip. She was a beautiful, you know, mature woman. And she was attached to my hip. And I'm like, what's going on? Why is... And then she just started going on like, oh, I love like when you started like post this about yourself and that. And I started to realize when I was going on jobs, like these creative directors who are in charge of hiring me would follow me and they would enjoy seeing my lifestyle and all that. So that's when I started to get more comfortable just being myself online and, you know, being authentic. And so when they were hiring me, it was never about the gear. It was always about the execution. All they saw was my final videos and the consistency of me working with brands and them, you know, getting high quality stuff. And a lot of times they'd be like, do you have a team? I was like, no, usually it's like me, maybe an assistant if you know, I got to take certain gear. And they're like, really? Just you? So that's what it came down to for my work. So I never worked on like larger sets where it was like full on teams of like Arri Alexas and, you know, the grip trucks and everything were for the whole shoot, not just for our own operations, also for like stills and all that. Thomas, here, while you guys read that comment, I'm gonna grab my coffees here. BRB. All right. Sedona's here hanging out too. Sorry, that's all in the... Oh, I love coffee. Looks like Homeboy drank a little bit of it. Why is that so low? Oh, I'm terrified of DoorDash, but I do it daily. I do it way too much. Oh, so good. All right, Thomas J. The last commercial I worked, the only one at the footage and did all their own editing in-house, which I thought was odd. The edit wasn't great in the end, which sucked. I've had that a bunch too, and it's usually because either the creative director or the producer didn't want to annoy me. That's like kind of what I've been told multiple times of like this. Basically, they would be like, this client's really like obnoxious when it comes to deliverables, and I didn't want to put you through that. And it was probably also because they found an editor that'd be far cheaper. But usually, I would say 90% of the time when they did that, the next time they hired me on, they would want me to edit it again, even though they knew I'd rather not. But I would do it just because, I'm passionate about, following through on a job and making sure it's done right. But yeah, let's see. Andre said, that's so silly from their side, maybe to save like 500. Might have been way more than that. There's been some clients where I charge like $12.50 per edit and they wanted like 10 edits. There's people out there that will do an edit for $50 just to get their foot in the door, Again, that's the race to the bottom. That's why I'm so grateful to have like YouTube now, because I don't have to stress as much about that. And I don't have to like get lost in that, Let's raise this up a little bit. Too much. I will say when it comes to this Pixis, my Sackler tripod, it's the only tripod I trust with this camera, because once you build it out, it does get heavier. And the other tripods I have, you see some of them back there. They're great for smaller builds, like that YC Onion one. Granted, this is a prototype. I took that one off the NAB floor. They're gonna send me their final production one. But their ball head slips with the Pixis just because I think it's too much weight for it. But again, that is a prototype. So when I get the final production, we'll see if it holds up better or as good as the Sackler. Let's see. Kofi said, I've had a client on retainer for 3 years and it's been exclusively vertical content, full day rate, kind of similar to Crew, but everything 9x16. Yeah, it's wild how that's turned. Zach, what's up, buddy? Miss you, bro. Zach, we got to link up soon. I think when Connor moves in, he's going to be bringing in a lot of you Rugrats into the house, and I'm excited. Dang, y'all love Kofi in this chat. Kofi, I'm going to need you to go live right after this because everybody's just asking you questions. The day to learn, ask Kofi. Thoughts on MP4 Lite on S9 for amateur content creator for Instagram? I know you asked Kofi, but I'm going to answer it too. I think for Instagram, it looks just fine. You record in 1080p and put it on Instagram, no one's going to tell a difference. Instagram already, compresses all of our stuff so much. So I really don't think it matters. Entertainment or information. Yep. It's got to be one of the two. If you really want to make it, you got to do both. Again, do more how Kofi does, where he provides so much freaking value and information, but he still mixes in the entertainment with it too. And I have a feeling this year, Kofi's going to just go ham on even more of the entertainment value aspect. Let me use this for this one. I first heard of glizzies, aka hot dogs, at football games. Yeah, I don't know where I got glizzed up from. I think it might mean something totally different, but I don't care. It's a fun word to say, so I'm going to say it. Bro, even your lives look like a film. So impressive. Again, Blackmagic Pixis with the Kato 40mm. Again, I'll show you guys right here. How do I do this again? Is it on? Oh, let me retry this again. How do I go to... There we go. Is it on? It's not. I think it's trying to connect to my iPad now. Sorry, y'all. I'm figuring this out. Why don't it wake up? Let me see. Doesn't want to go wireless. There we go. Okay, I just had to plug it in. So you guys can see, is that working? There it goes. So Blackmagic Pixis, let me just, Blackmagic Pixis with the Kato 40mm, Mofage Poco, rear V&D, DJI Focus motor. We got the Tilta cage on it with the Kayla Pike small rig. 212 battery. You can see we're at 27%, so I'm going to have to change that out soon. Or just end the live once it's dead. And that's all we're doing. Oh, and then it's going out from SDI into the Blackmagic Mini Studio or whatever it's called. I don't know if you guys heard any of that. But there we go. What did I do? Did I mess it up? Let me just do this for now because it looks like I just messed up the whole... Figure out what I just did. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. Oh, it died. Wow, really? Saying it's still on. We're back. I don't know what that was about. Oh, and it died again. All right, I think I gotta change my battery out. Hang on, guys, sorry. We're doing it live. All right. We're back, baby. All right, sorry, y'all. All right, we got a lot of comments to catch up on. Let's see. I've got a niche that I just want to explore in video form that's connected to movie and TV industry. So there's expectations that the video and audio is good. Do you offer membership courses? I do not offer membership courses, but I did launch YouTube memberships. So I'm going to figure out a way to where people can contact me on there and have more one-on-one conversations. I would hope that I could like send like audio messages though. Cause just like having to type back a message is enough for my ADHD just to like tune out. But yeah. Hasselblad's reaching people. Let's see. It was about to say how important authenticity is. Thomas had a good point here. About to say about how important authenticity is. People see right through it when YouTubers are just playing a character. Yeah, again, I think in the past, people can get away with that. But I think nowadays, it's like you can't do that anymore. You have to be authentic. You have to be yourself because people do see right through it. And no one wants to like, you know, operate a channel forever. Just to like fake it. Like that's so hard to hold up. So just be yourself. And, when you're yourself, you know, everybody's a unique individual. Everybody has something special about them. You know, be that, do that. Mr. Robert Machado. What's up, homie? Guys, if you don't know who, Robert is, you need to, his username keeps coming up. It's like Rob Chado or something like that. You guys gotta go check out his channel. Bro, I hope you do way more content this year. I think you can provide so much freaking value to this space. Is that what it costs over there? 14. It costs 14. I think the coffee itself was like $7, but then I didn't pay attention to the fees on DoorDash because I was just trying to do it quickly. Yeah, guys, as since there's so much negativity coming for YouTubers by other YouTubers, calling us shills and stuff, I just thought I would like, you know, egg them on with this is actually fake money. But I've been enjoying showcasing it as a running joke of like, you know, you want to call me a shill, I'll shill out. I'm excited because I feel like the word shill is becoming cool now. I feel like it's a badge of honor now. And the haters are just doing it to themselves. Thank you, brother. Again, guys, I'm using my Blackmagic LUTs. I made them months back, like when I first got the Pixis, and I guess I never posted them for sale. So I'll post these for sale here soon. Let's see. Will you be willing to break down your current live stream setup? Let me Jordan, I guess you just saw it, brother. Nothing real crazy, honestly. Really, you could do it with any camera, but why I like doing it with the Pixis is being able to de-stretch anamorphic in camera and using my own LUTs. And it just, you guys can see it looks super good quality. I will show you again, if I wasn't using the Pixis, I'd maybe use like my Lumix S5 2X. The big difference between both of these though is I'm using a 2X stretch anamorphic, and this is what it will look like if I was filming on the S5 2X, because they have 3x2 open gate. So you can see how wide this is. What's special about the Pixis though is they have a 6.5 mode, which is like a traditional film, large format film aspect that was made for 2X anamorphic. So I'll turn on, I'll show you guys this right now. So, oops. So this is, we're getting a live readout of what the Pixis is seeing right now. The green square box, that's our final 241 final deliverable. This is what you see pretty much any anamorphic film or spherical film that's cropped into this. This is the aspect here. So you can see in 3x2 open gate with 2X anamorphic, we're still having to crop out some of the edges here, which is fine. But again, the Blackmagic Pixis has that 6.5 crop mode. So you can see the 6.5 mode basically just crops the edges off the sensor, so you get that traditional 2.4 crop straight out of camera. That's why I've been loving the Pixis so much. I hope whatever Lumix comes out with, I've asked them multiple times, can you guys put a 6.5 mode? I don't know if they're gonna do it or not, but we'll see. But on top of that, this is what it will look like if I was using like a Sony FX3 or any 16:9 sensor. You can see how much we have to crop out on the edges to get that final 241 crop. And then you even see on the vertical, we lose a lot of information. Now I'll go back to 6.5 mode. So you see there's way more information. You can almost see the top of my hat now, where before it was cropped out like that. And now we're back on the clean feed. But yeah, thanks. All right, guys, Kofi's going live tomorrow, noon Eastern. So I think it's like 9 my time, 9, 10, 11. Yep. So I'll probably be at the gym watching. So you guys saw it. Hopefully you saw it. Enjoy your Kofi coffee. Guys, Kofi's a little bit of a psycho and doesn't drink coffee. But if he did, imagine if he made his own coffee. That would be so rad. But yeah, we are filming on the Blackmagic Pixis and the Blazar Kato anamorphic on a live stream. Like, how freaking epic is this? So wild. These are silver lens flares. So you can see this is I believe the white balance on this flashlight's 4,000 Kelvin. I bought that on purpose because I'm a psycho. But let me show you what the phone flash looks like. So you see it's a little bit more white. And I don't think I have a blue tinted flashlight on me. I hate blue LED flashlights. But anyways. I'm looking to start my channel and other socials soon enough this year. Do it, brother. Be consistent. Be unique. Really, really go for it. Don't half-ass it. Just go for it. Be yourself. Blah, blah, blah. Hollywood sucks today because of YouTubers. Very low level. All right. Who's going to tell this dude to get a life? How are you going to blame Hollywood because of YouTube? How stupid is that? That's caveman thinking. I don't think you guys realize I'm a very crass person. I don't give a fuck who you are. I will tell you what I think. But yeah, I don't think Hollywood sucks today because of YouTubers. I think either this was a joke or this dude's dumb. A super chat. I didn't see this one. Oops, there it goes. Thank you, brother. Look at this. $15 from Mr. Samuel David Snaps. That's a cool name. My boy dropping all the knowledge for free with a sweaty face. Zaddy. Desk setup tour win. I don't know if I ever did that. I'm not really happy with my desk setup. It's really not that cool. All right, guys. So you guys saw the comment earlier from Peter talking about his some of his experience in there. And he's a key grip gaffer, which is a pretty fucking cool, important job on sets. So Scott, guys, you guys have to go. I know I keep saying this, but Scott's YouTube channel, guys, every time he puts out a video, I instantly feel inspired and I feel challenged to go create, which is why I love his channel so much. Every time he puts something out, I'm like, fuck, like I'm not doing enough. I'm not like challenging myself enough. I'm not showcasing enough. I'm not telling enough stories. I'm not trying hard enough with my lighting. Like Scott's one of those creators where like he raises the bar, I guess we'll say. What's the typical day rate for a model, or what's the range? I'm not sure. I'm not in charge of hiring models. When I shoot with models, it's always trade. Sometimes there's a thing called development shoots and test shoots. So you kind of mix the two terms up. But basically, you know, an agency would hire a photographer to do, you know, fashion shots or portraits or whatever, just like editorial looking shots of their models. And a photographer could get paid doing that. I think like the standard range is anywhere from like $650 to like $1,200 for like really, you know, top end photographers. And it's purely just to get some, you know, work into the model's portfolio. Now, I never done it too much because I sucked at being consistent and following through on things back then. But I still have really good relationships with a lot of modeling agencies in LA. And I annoy them because I'll always hit them up like the day before, like, hey, got any models willing to shoot? But they always like go, you know, what's the word? Bend over backwards. Is that the right term? To like find me a model that I'm looking for. But yeah, I don't know what the range is on shoots. There's models that could probably charge like, you know, $8K a day all the way down to like $600 a day. It just depends on, you know, how big they are. And their social media matters now too, sadly, to a point. If a model has like a very unique look that fits the brand perfectly, they don't care how many followers they have. They'll hire them. Brian Haywood, do you see any value in using Meta Ray-Bans for social pose, BTS? Hell yeah, dude. These glasses. So again, I had 2 pairs. I sold a pair because these new ones have tints, yellow tints, which I bought custom yellow tints for my previous ones, but these ones are yellow tints that darken in the sun. So once I saw they had these, I was like, oh, I'm getting those. So I bought 2 pairs of these. Now that I have these tints that I actually enjoy, I've been using them a lot when I walk my dog because I can listen to music or YouTube videos, and there's no AirPods in my ear to like, you know, make me paranoid of someone sneaking up on me. I was raised in, I don't know what word I'm allowed to say. I'll just say the ghetto for half my childhood. And so I'm a paranoid person when I walk in public. I'm always thinking someone's going to come up behind me. But yeah, they're sick. And for BTS stuff, they're freaking amazing. I'm trying to get better at doing more vertical short form post stuff. So the glasses definitely help a lot with that. Mr. Jason Morris, bro, I don't know what time it is in Australia, but I relate to you because I feel like you're everywhere, and I'm like everywhere. I try to, it's my ADHD personally. I don't know if you have that. Jason asked, brother, Leica talk. I got say around 3 to 4K USD to play with what is best to get the Leica experience. Jason, I saw your Threads post. I wouldn't say to start with the Q. The Q is amazing and it's still unique, but to me, that's not the Leica experience fully. That's like a partial Leica experience. Let me grab. So these are all my Leica cameras here. Let me move this money out of the way. Oh yeah, just oof, all that shill money. You guys can hear it just flopping on the floor there. Okay. So right now, damn, we got over 113 viewers right now. This is, let me get focus here. I gotta recalibrate the focus motor here. Give me a moment. I guess what's cool with the Pixis is I can power my DJI focus motors through the EVF port, but every time the camera turns off, you have to recalibrate the motor. I need to turn on so it auto calibrates, but you can see this is the Leica Q343. I'm obsessed with this camera purely because I'm obsessed with the Leica M11. Now, I was using this camera nonstop, but the issue is there's a lot of times where I missed focus on shoots where I should have used something more like this. So I got this, and the look you get out of this lens wide open is just freaking gorgeous. It is stunning. It's wild. While the APL makes it super sharp and clean, there's also some character to the bokeh. There's a bit of swirliness sometimes even. And then since it is so overly clean, I wouldn't say it's overly sharpened. It's just really clean. The APO, whatever's in focus, it just pops off the image. And then I have the Short Stash Polar Pro Everyday filter, was a combo of a polarizer and a diffusion filter. So this combo is amazing, but this was like over $7,000 after taxes. And then my Leica M11, I think I picked up for $6,500 used. And again, this is the true Leica experience because we have a rangefinder, viewfinder. So it's all manual focus. Let's see. So when you shoot with it, you feel like you're shooting film. And let me get back to focus here. You feel like you're shooting film. And the unique thing about that is obviously, you know, if you need to check your focus, you can just go to playback and you can check what your shots look like. Or say, you know, like I love this camera so much that, who is it? Someone's doing a thing where, oh, it's freaking, he's going to hate me that I forget his name right now. He's putting his M11 in a lockbox so he shoots more film. And I was literally thinking about doing something like that, but I never thought about literally putting in a timed lockbox that doesn't open up until like whatever date you set it for. So the M11, I loved it so much that I stopped shooting as much film, which I didn't like. But then this is my Leica MP. I don't remember how much I paid for this, honestly. It might have been like $6,000, something like that. And then this is my favorite Leica lens. So part of the Leica experience is also the lenses. No matter if it's a Leica lens or like this Typoc Eureka, there's so much character to these lenses and there's so much sharpness to them at the same time. So that's kind of what is behind this. But you can see this is a film camera. This is an electronic digital camera. And they literally look like almost the same exact thing. They feel like the same thing. They almost have the same weight. It's just a super, super beautiful experience. So I see your budget's 3 to 4K. You might be able to pick up like a older, I'm assuming you're talking about digital. You might be able to find an older M10, which is the M10 is like the digital version before the M11 came out. I think it has like 40 megapixels or something like that. Maybe it doesn't have the USB-C port or doesn't have as good as Bluetooth. I don't know. But you'll be able to get the same experience of like working with an actual rangefinder camera. But yeah. The younger generation has 30-second attention span. Yeah, I mean, I do too. I get it, but I also really appreciate, you know, films, like actual films, not all the shit that's been coming out. Bro, don't get the SL2 for the Leica experience. I'm telling you, get an M. Kofi, maybe at CES, I'll have you try my M. I Google anamorphic lenses, you popped up. I'm assuming that's a joke, but no, I'm interested if that's true. Yeah, bro, why you lying to me like that, bro? That'd have been wild. Dang, this is a new goal though. I gotta get on YouTube search results for anamorphic lenses. Yeah, I'm not even on there. How rude. Oh, I got a video. Huh. That's a new goal. All right, let me try to catch up. Jericho Party isn't in here anymore, but what's up, buddy? YouTube teaches potential clients how to buy from you. I'm not exactly sure what you mean, Kof. What do you mean? Jordan said, what practical steps can I take to pursue the brand industry? I currently run a 6-figure media business, but I want to niche down with commercial work. Bro, I would stick where you're at. Especially with all the AI stuff coming out. I'll have to do another live specifically about AI. I would stick where you're at, dude. If it's going well, just let it go well. Don't even get involved with that side of the industry because it's not worth it, honestly. Jericho said cake pop. Bro, I laid off the cake pops. I had to. I was feeling like crap. I had to stop the addiction. I had to. I'm using Ecamm Live. I got this from Terry. I used his link. So I just got him an affiliate sale. You're welcome. Yeah, this software is incredible. Again, I was using Streamlabs before. I'm literally going to delete that software, Streamlabs, because that was garbage in comparison to how beautiful and simple this shit was. Again, I downloaded it. 15 minutes later, I was freaking live. Like, I didn't have to calibrate shit or do any of that. Like, this is wild how easy this is to use. So guys, I asked Sigmund how he originally found me, because he said he recently found me. He said, I found you initially through your iPhone and S5 2X videos as I was trying to decide which direction to go, then fell down the rabbit hole regarding lighting, ISO, edit. So guys, this is going back to our original topic of this video, filmmakers getting onto YouTube. You know, I did a video where I did the iPhone versus the Leica Q3 43. Now, personally, I already knew what the results were going to be, but I thought it'd be a fun video to make. And even above that, I knew SEO-wise, it was going to be a video that would do decent. And the whole point of it is to try to get new viewerships to come in and to, you know, provide them with something of value, of high quality. So when they're like, oh, I kind of like this dude, he kind of looks like a douchebag, well, let's go check out his other videos. Next thing you know, they're subscribing, we're hanging out in the comments. Like, that's what this is all about. So again, this is the game of YouTube, and I genuinely enjoy it because there's an authenticity behind it. Nolan, what's up? Bro, I'm so excited to see what you get up into this year. Do you send your files graded? Yes. Earlier on, when I was just getting into video, brands, I would have to explain to them about all that. And then after time, you know, I wouldn't even bring it up. I'm just like, I'm going to fucking shoot it and log. If they're going to get an editor, their editor needs to figure it out. And a lot of the times I could tell when they weren't hiring someone professional because they'd be like, oh, why does the footage look like this? I'm like, you need to hire a better editor. So I'm not scared to be honest with the brand. And it's never out of a malice or just to be mean. It's more of just, hey, I got to be upfront with you. Your editor doesn't sound they're up to the job. And it's always, again, it's also the final deliverables are of high quality and are what the brand needs. I've always really cared that they're getting what they're paying for. Nolan asks, sorry if you answered this already, but what is the setup? I need it for my stuff. Love the colors and grade as well. Bro, I hope you caught it before. I'm behind on the comments. I wish I could see the timestamps on these comments. I don't know if I can add that or not. Let me see. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'll figure that out another time so you guys aren't just sitting here. Michael asks, Cam, I want to be more consistent this year with filmmaking content for YouTube. Got any tips for staying consistent? Just fucking do it, bro. I don't know. There's nothing anybody's going to tell you to make you work more. You just got to do it. You gotta love it. You gotta be obsessed with it. It's okay to take breaks. I have weeks where I get nothing done. Again, I have, YouTube has been kind of bad for mental health, regarding ADHD, to where, you know, if I have a client, there is a deadline, there's pressure being applied to me. When it comes to YouTube, I guess you could say sometimes I have clients where it's a brand that has a deadline for when a video needs to be out. But a lot of the times the brands are really relaxed and like, kind of like, very supportive. But in that environment, my ADHD kind of just like, okay, well, just do nothing today. Lay on that damn couch with your dog and just watch YouTube videos and go on threads. So, I'm learning to, you know, really, kind of gain self-respect for myself in regards to time. The hard part is, with ADHD, you go like time blind. So 6 hours can pass. And next thing you know, I'm like, holy shit, like I didn't do anything. So again, my homie, Connor McCaskill, if you don't know who that is, you guys will find out soon. I have a spare room in my house. And so he's going to move in, and, love Connor to death. He's as equally as a grumpy asshole as I am. And so we're on the same level, but he's like 26 or 25 or something like that. And, I'm sure he's going to be a good homie to have out here, to where, you know, we can kind of shake each other out when we're being miserable people. PD said, infotainment. Yes, sir. Alan said, I'm still deciding what I want to do for YouTube, but part of it, I was thinking of just doing on-job POVs. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of value of taking people behind the scenes. More importantly, though, is doing breakdowns, explain to people how you got the job, how you planned the job, how you execute the job, teaching people what the reality is when you're working on a job, and what the expectations are and what it takes to get that job and to execute it. I definitely think it's something people care about, because people want to figure out how to get work. So if you're someone that's getting work, you know, everybody wants to know, oh, how do you crack the code? Which we both know there's no code. It's just hard work. Being doing the right thing. GoPro on your rig just for that POV on shoots you do. Yeah, I've done it a bunch, but I've just never used the footage anywhere. So again, I launched memberships on my YouTube just a few days ago, and I'm gonna, because like that type of content, I'm like, I don't want to put that in a YouTube video, because I don't really know, I don't want to deal with, figuring out the SEO and trying to like morph it into a video that's actually going to do well. That if it doesn't do well, it's going to be a bad look, and just all that pressure. So having YouTube memberships, I know the people who actually care and want to see that shit, they'll bill just to gain access to that. And whatever, they're paying for that membership, that basically is giving me the allowance and time and comfort to take the time to edit that stuff now. So it's gonna be really fun. I filmed a video about film sims on the Nikon Z6 III. I'm gonna edit that right after this. And I recorded my whole lighting setup for that on a DJI Action 5. They have like a neck brace thing to put on. So that's gonna be my first membership only video. Giovanni, what's up, brother? 2 lives in 1 week. What in the what? Yeah, bro. Again, Ecamm Live. I remember I downloaded it, but I never installed it. I installed it. And then Kofi and I were talking about, we saw a handful of filmmakers on YouTube just speaking on their 2024s being kind of slow in the industry. And I was like, I wrote down the title and I was going to make a video, but I was like, I don't want to do a video about that. It's going to be, a long-winded video. So I was like, let me just go live. Can I just keep it authentic, speak to you guys directly? Rob Machado, the MMA fighter. I don't know, Rob, were you a fighter? Rob's got some big ass muscly arms, so I wouldn't be shocked if he was. Rob, were you really an MMA? Let's see those ears, bro. Shield Team 6. Thomas, I got called a coward in a video the other day, which made me chuckle. That was the first. It sounds like you're doing something right. There's a lot of insecure human beings that will leave nasty comments on YouTube videos. And when you start growing and you start gaining traction and attention, they don't like it. And they feel the need to try to humble you. So that's where the negativity comes from. I used to be really into psychology, guys. What studio cam are you on? Hopefully you saw it. Blackmagic picks this. Yeah, see, look, Kofi literally said the same shit. It's a sign you're doing something right, Thomas. Nick, oh, bro, yeah. I promise I will get those out. I don't know what the peeking face is for. 16 by 9 is just wasteful. Oh, it must have been when I was doing the anamorphic stuff. What idea, Kofi? Sorry, I'm trying to blast through these. Okay, let me just skip over some of these. Oh, the coffee. Dang, I'm way behind. Okay, let me try to catch up here, guys. Here we go. Here's someone sane and smart. Streaming services killed Hollywood, not YouTube. I mean, streaming services plus the pandemic. Obviously that put a kink into everybody's career, and streaming services just had the open door to come and fill the pocket. And I think we should also be excited for streaming services, but I think with that, it's going to change a lot, and I think it's going to change budgets. And sadly, like I just watched the Gladiator 2, and you could tell that was just, everybody's just collecting a paycheck, sadly, which sucks to see, but I mean, I'm happy for them, whatever. But I mean, that's kind of what films are coming to be. That's why I really like The Creator, because you could tell it was a passion project, and the fact they use the FX3 and everything. Yeah, I hope to see more of that. That's why I was really rooting for that video to like crush at the box office. I don't know if it ended up doing that, but you can imagine if The Creator, went #1, I think a lot of studios would have been like, oh shit, they did a smaller budget, still did a sci-fi action-packed film. Like we need to do more. I would love to see that. It's profit chasing, just greed. Yep, exactly. Well, Zen Phoenix, I'm not going to, yeah. Will this stream be available to see after you're done streaming? Yes, sir. I don't know how YouTube does it, but I think sometimes it takes a day or two for it to go live, because I think they process it or something. And then I'll probably try to cut out all the intro stuff where I was just trying to figure shit out. Just Mark said, I want to film a wedding on the Blazer Arena's 50mm. Any tips, stuff I should be looking out for? I don't shoot weddings. That's a question for homeboy. Man, I'm just forgetting everybody's name. And it's not, I'm forgetting it because I don't remember it. It's more of just my brain, ADHD and everything. I talk to him all the time too. No, it's not coming to mind right now. I'm sorry, bud. But yeah, he's been shooting Blazer anamorphics, and he was using different anamorphs before that, I think. Shit, I'll try to remember it. Funny thing, Hollywood is barely hanging on. The old ways are history. Hollywood just won't accept it yet, but they will. Yeah, and I think a lot of people romanticize the way things used to be done that don't need to be done that way anymore. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I can imagine in the future, YouTube will be a... Like personally for me, I would love to be able to finance my own feature length film, or even like a 45-minute short film, and just publish it to YouTube. No fucks given. Just like, I spent $1 million on this. It's on YouTube. Fucking enjoy. If it doesn't do well, oh well. But I think that's me not being wise and me just being an artistic douchebag. Whoa. Okay. This is the best, the first big super chat. I think it is. I don't know if that's in dollars or what, but I appreciate it regardless. Not to say anything specific. I'm just trying to shill a bit of Cam Mackey loving, subscribe, like, bro, I really appreciate that. This is what I love about the community is like, you know, while there is some negativity bubbling over these days, there's a lot of beautiful support and just, again, I don't see an audience as an audience. Specifically, I see you guys all as homies. That's why I talk to you just like an adult, just like somebody I'm having coffee with. That's why I love the community. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that. Do you have periods where you write down a bunch of YouTube ideas? What ideation process is like? Oh yeah, it's the same way that I use like songwriting. Like I just get struck with like a random idea and I just put it in my notes and I do a hashtag YouTube. So I'll have a whole category just for YouTube ideas. But most of them just go into the abyss and I never end up doing them. If I could find an editor, this is why I'm trying to grow the channel. Because if I could find an editor, I'm going to put out so much work. But right now, knowing that I need to edit my own videos for most of them, it slows me down a bit in my ADHD stuff. Let's see. I'm going to start skimming some comments here to catch up. Wouldn't it be better if the key light hitting your face was on the other side, shadow side? Yeah, 1000%, bro. So usually I love shooting from the dark side, but this is literally just window light. This is my window. And I wanted this angle over here. So that's what's, you know, beautiful is like, if this was the actual video, I probably would just close this and then put a light over here. But you know, this is just live. So yeah, personally, I get really bothered where the camera's facing the brighter side of the face like it is now. So I apologize if it's bugging you as well. I totally get it. You should come to Cuba, bro. You will like the views of both the city and the green areas. Dude, I'm 1000% like, I've been dying to go to Cuba. So much textures and colors and characters and just like a different whole look. This Scott has subbed to that Scott. Yes, sir. The Scotts combined. You guys look like you could be from the same family almost, too. Always impressed by color grading, and you seem to be doing it live on the stream. Do you know if I can do color grading in real time to be applied to a video called stream? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd ever do video calls with the setup. Again, this is the Blackmagic Pixis going into the Blackmagic Studio 3G. It's a little Thunderbolt, like USB-C to SDI adapter. And so basically I'm getting a direct feed out of the Blackmagic Pixis. So I think if your camera can do, sorry, I'm burping. I think if your camera can do, if it can output LUTs through their external monitor, which there's some cameras that don't, then you should be able to pull this off. And again, this is my Roadrunner LUTs for Blackmagic. I promise I'll post them up for sale here soon. Sigma, and again with another good question. For someone starting out storytelling, are vertical shorts a good entry point, or should you just work a short as a taster for long form? I don't know, bro. That's tough. I think if I was starting right now, I would probably do a vertical short film because I think that's probably gonna be the future. Is that gonna be the forever future? I don't know, but that's the current future, I think. Best shoulder bag for ZF and 2 lenses. 6L. I don't know. I keep my Leica MP and my few Leica M-mount glasses. And this bag here is from Clever Supply Co. They just came out this not too long ago. It's nice and compact, and all of the stuff fits in there just perfectly. Where did my, here it is. So this is my Leica MP and my Leica 35mm Summicron version 4, the KLB, which stands for the King of Bokeh. So you see camera fits right in there. And then this is my Typoc Eureka 50mm. This is a collapsible lens here. So you can see it comes up, twists, and it's ready to go. It's a 50mm. They basically copied a design from an older Leica lens. So you see that fits into the side. And then usually my Typoc Samara 28mm goes into there as well. But for smaller bag, I really like the Peter McKinnon everyday bag, whatever they call it. That was like my main bag, but now I have, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's get some light on it. That is the, right there. That is the Colax Power Station backpack. I forgot what the actual name is, but you can see there's a power station on the front of that bag. We've actually been using the hell out of that. So either to, you know, top off some drone batteries or power a light. We powered a Zhiyun G300. It's like a 300 watt output LED light through that backpack on a job. Like, it was so sick. I think we even like powered the DIT's laptop off of it for a little bit too. But yeah. Can you run your audio through the Pixis to stream? Like if I plug, yeah, Kobe. So my previous streams with the Pixis actually was just using these newer DJI, they're smaller, it's their new smaller mics here. So I was just plugging that directly into the Pixis, and that was the audio that Ecamm was picking up. So since I'm actually streaming from my desk, I thought I'd use a proper mic this time. So Jason, this one's for you. This is Jacob. He's in the Leica community a lot. We chit chat a lot on threads and everything too. He said best option would be the Leica M10P. So like I was saying, the M10 is probably gonna be your best affordable option. I found you because you were one of the new filmmakers I found on YouTube using the S5 IIX. Very inspired by your work, hoping to shoot with some Blazar anamorphic soon. So Carlos, if you're still in the chat, bud, so you found me through a gear video. After you watched that gear video, have you watched any other videos that weren't about gear, or did you get anything from me that wasn't just about gear? I'm just trying to see if I could prove a point here of gear being an entry point for new audience. Like I always say, one for them, one for me. So one for them meaning a certain audience, a certain algorithm, a certain brand, a certain deliverable, and then one for me. That's how I like to do it. So even though like my X-Pan video, that was purely for me. I want to do that because that's a passion of mine. And even if it didn't do well, obviously it would, you know, suck. But I still got fulfillment by making that video for myself. The Notorious. What's up, homie? More Jericho Patrick in 2025. Guys, Jericho's actually a really good actor. Anytime he's like been on my channel to like play a character, granted, I try to make it easy on him and try to give him a character that hates on me, which is I think an easy character for him to act out. Kobe said, when you shoot BTS and show your personality, brands know what it's like to work with you, which teaches them what they're getting when they hire you. Facts. That's also why I like this live, because, you know, people can actually engage directly with me and actually see who I am, not the edited version of me, not the version of me doing like a sponsored video or whatever the hell it is, the cinematic voice me, the sheep or blah, 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 like whatever my voice is that I use for that. Yeah, you guys get to see the real authentic me. I get to curse, I get to be crass, I get to be honest, I get to be upfront. Not saying I'm not any of that in my actual videos, but you know, sometimes when I'm too crass, I edit it out because, you know, I need to stop cursing so much. Oh, I love this. A bunch of people are chiming in on how they found me. I found you when I searched a few years ago for ways to improve video quality in the Fujifilm TX3. Do you see, guys? Again, if there's any filmmakers in here thinking about getting on YouTube, again, everybody's basically saying they found me through a gear video, but then they subscribe and they stay around. That's what it's all about. This is why we freaking talk about gear so much, because, you know, YouTube has a built-in audience and they have a built-in search engine. So if you do a video about gear, you're going to get views on it because there's a lot of people looking for it. But you then have to learn how to convert that into, you know, getting people to listen to the other things you want to say. Tyrone said, video producer here. What advice do you have balancing full-time work and running a YouTube channel without burning out? I don't know. When I was doing it, it was purely my passion for YouTube. of making me lose sleep. So even when it's like, say I had 2 days off and I should be preparing for the next shoot, I would spend one of those days making a YouTube video and trying to figure out how to edit it, to the point where, I would lose sleep because I had a pack last minute type of ordeal. So you got to lose sleep if you really want it, I guess. Ooh, Kofi's good doing an anamorphic live. I think Kofi, I think you have some Blazars and some other anamorphics. Is super chat activated? I believe so. I think it is now. After watching your X-Pan video, I jumped in and bought the camera, never looking back and having loads of fun with it. I still use digital, but that camera slowed me down. Bro, that's sick to hear. That X-Pan camera is so freaking inspiring. I think if you're someone that loves more like 1x1 type formats, you might not get X-Pan. I truly think your brain has to like, visually get stimulated from it. And, 1x1 doesn't stimulate my brain at all. I don't like it at all. It feels too congested for me. But yeah, the X-Pan crop is just inspiring to me. Very interesting approach on locking the GoPro stuff behind memberships. I think this is the right take. That way it can be more raw. Exactly, dude. Those videos are going to be way more long form, way more raw, way more, the things that I don't want. Because I used to have an issue with like copycats, literally copying my work like almost to a T. It was really annoying. And so before I would gatekeep a lot of my own information on tips and tricks that I would utilize. But I think for memberships, I'm gonna start doing more of that. Like my color theory on like how to get a photo to pop off more and stuff like that. Yeah. So any of those times where I'm like, I don't want to share that. I don't want everybody to know about that. I'm going to start doing it with memberships, I think. Okay. Rob Chato was not an MMA fighter. Jonathan Masters in the house. Thanks, bud. Oh, yeah. See, Lee said, this guy even streams an anamorphic shill. 1000%. Where's my damn flashlight at? Boom. Look at this. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it just makes my brain just, it's so beautiful. Love anamorphic. Wasn't a fan of the creator, but the VFX and how they did it. I absolutely love the creator. I really don't know why a lot of filmmakers didn't care for it. I thought it was stunning. I love the story. I loved everything about it. Appreciate you tuning in, brother. Justin Porter. There we go. I forgot who it was. Someone was asking about anamorphics for weddings. Go and YouTube Justin Porter. He's been utilizing anamorphics for his weddings, and he does like high-end commercial looking, like TV looking weddings. Go look up at his stuff. I think he has some videos out about it. Raw prediction. Streaming will give you a custom AI movie by typing in whatever you want. YouTube will be the place viewers to watch real stories shot by creators. I get on board with that. I've been saying for a while, I forgot who it was. I think it was like a producer told me something about Netflix has been working on that already, where there's two things. One, you can like upload a version of yourself, a picture of yourself, and you can input it into a film and you can make yourself the main character. And then the second thing being, they're going to make it to where you can put a prompt, and for a movie you want to watch, and AI would create the movie on the spot. I know a lot of filmmakers think like, oh no, nobody cares about that. Y'all tripping if you think that, if people aren't going to love that. When I go to my family's house, my mom and her husband, they'll be watching the most garbage films and they're totally into it. And I'm watching, I'm like, what the hell? Like this, is this a YouTube film? Like, what is this? Like, why are they so into this? And then you go and look it up and it's some like C-list, like streaming film. So, I think audiences, entertainment value has lowered a lot. Do you think it might be All-Star instead of 80? Bro, don't scare me like that. Jeez. I was just having a conversation last night. I am a little bit worried because my memory is so bad. So there's a lot of ADHD things I'm still learning because I just found out that I had it just like a year ago, which makes sense. But Yeah, that always has been a little bit of a stressor for me. No, I'm good. I ain't going to Canada in the winter. Lucas, I have a really good homie that moved to Brazil, and he keeps bugging me to come visit. So don't be shocked if I end up out in Brazil at some point. Let's see. Some of you guys are talking sports. I know nothing about sports here. Cam, any tips on getting consistent with ADHD struggle? I feel like that's been my biggest hurdle. Well, first off, I got on Adderall last year, and I'm not someone that likes to take anything. Like I could be on my deathbed and it'll take me a moment to even take Tylenol. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe that's my prideful, toxic masculinity. Oh boy. Maybe I do have Alzheimer's. What was I just talking about? Yeah, tips on, for me, I'm forever, like I've known this, but I'm forever relearning it. But, shoot, what's the word? Man, my brain's off it today. What's the word? A routine. A routine really helps me, which is hard when you start traveling a lot and you have jobs here and there. Routine's hard to keep up on. But if I could get stuck in a good routine, I start getting shit done. And also, you know, making your life an avenue to where you're doing things that bring you fulfillment, that actually excite you. I think that's why a lot of creatives have ADHDs. I think we get into fields that, you know, we have no other choice to. Shout out for another super chat, 10 pounds. I think that's the pound sign. I really appreciate it. This is crazy. This is wild. Let me read it. After watching your X-Pan video, I bought the TX1. It's so much fun. And slowed my photography down. Looking forward to using it in Japan. What color film would you recommend? The night photos in Tokyo. In Tokyo, I think, let's see. I have all my film up here. I have some extra boxes up there. I have all my film up there. So, also, shout out to Peter McKinnon and Polar Pro. This is their, I don't know what they're calling this. Big burp. Sorry, that was in the mic. Man, I don't know why I'm burping so much. It's so gross on live. The Film Vault. Peter McKinnon works with Polar Pro on this. And there were some haters online about it. Just people like, why is Peter, he doesn't need to be making film accessories. He's going to ruin the film community. A bunch of stupid bullshit. Just like, really, those people are truly idiots. And it's like, what's your point of saying something negative? Like, why don't you go and shit on straws? Okay. I don't hear you shitting on straws, but you want to shit on somebody making something new and different. Like, get a life. Anyways, these things are tanks though. You guys know I shoot in a lot of dusty environments and stuff. These things are freaking dust proof. I don't know how I dipped them into water and, I would say they're waterproof to a certain level. But yeah, anyways, if I was you, I would shoot 2 rolls. I would overshoot in one night. I would start off with Kodak Portra 800. And then I would move over to Cinestill 800T. I think in Japan, this will look amazing in Tokyo with all the city lights. Now, the reason I say to start off with Kodak Portra, when it comes to prints, let me show you guys what how big my X-Pan prints are. Some of them I shot on Cinestill 400T, I think it was. And I kind of regret doing that because, you know, that is a grainier film stock. And when you do the larger prints, there's a lot of noise in there. So I learned my lesson. So that's why I started to shoot a lot of Portra 160 when I know I'm going to end up doing prints, because you'll see how big this is. Oh boy, let's not break it. All right, can I fit this in frame? This way. So that's how big my X-Pan prints are. I don't know if you guys can hear me. You can see, that's not gonna work, but yeah. Let me put that back. So yeah, so that's what's been beautiful about X-Pan is it's got me to really enjoy printing. I was not expecting for that to happen, but it's given me so much motivation and intention when I use that camera, when I pick it up. So I would start with Kodak Portra 800, and then I would go over to Cinestill 800T. Imagine having two X-Pans and just loading up 2 rolls. Homie said, Hollywood is going to be fine. Disney just passed $5 billion worldwide gross and the first studio to do since 2019. And it's only the 6th time Disney has. Well, question, how much of that revenue is from their streaming? Are you saying that's all from, typical Hollywood productions? Or is some of that from their really horrible, just pumping out content nonstop and just low grade films and series? Just saying. When's the last time you saw Disney come out with something great? How long does the battery last on those DJI mics? They last longer than the pros, actually. I think it was like 8 to 12 hours or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm really bad at like tech stuff. And details. I honestly go to Terry Warfield a lot when I have questions about cameras and stuff. But yeah, they last a long time. Since I've had them, I've probably used them 6 or 7 times now, just like constantly on. And you can see the case is barely down 3 notches there. So battery life is really good on them, actually. Yeah, see, Kobe said the same thing. They got to figure out these Marvel movies, though. What the heck? What if, I don't know what if season 3 is. I don't know what if is, but yeah, the past few Marvel films outside of like, I did absolutely love Deadpool, but everything else has been freaking garbage. You could tell they need to, stir the pot up a little bit. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. I know how it feels though. So gear reviews are a cheat code. I mean, you could look at it that way. You could look at it whatever way you want. I don't look at them as cheat code. I look at them as I enjoy doing them, but I also get burnt out myself doing them. Any laptop recommendation? I don't know, a MacBook? I don't know, bro. Again, I'm not like a super technical person. I do want to get the new Mac, but then I'm scared that their M5 chip is just going to like, be earth shattering. So hand peak waving. I don't know what that means. Does that mean this? Or does that mean that? I don't know what that means. This is a wild one, but I've noticed that you have never used any shots from FPV drones. How do you think FPV is a piece of work? I actually have a few times, but the reason I haven't done it more is because I suck at flying FPV. That is something I want to get better at. But it's like I get dizzy with the goggles on. I'm just not sure if it's for me or not. I absolutely love it though. I specifically love it for online type content. If I ever did a feature film, there most likely wouldn't be any FPV shots because I think it just kind of takes out, at least for the stories I want to tell, FPV I don't think fits that world building. But I absolutely love it. If you go watch the video where I put the Pocket 3 on the Mauve Max stabilizer arm, Kofi is in it and Chris Brockhurst. Chris Brockhurst, I didn't know it at the time, is a freaking amazing FPV flyer. And he got some insane footage and I used like 6 shots in that video. I found you on, here's a good one right here. I found you on your harsh light video, then Sony Color Fixed. My harsh light video in 2024, or maybe it was October before that, all of a sudden blew up. It has like over 250,000 views now. And I don't know what was happening because that video was a year or 2 old. My best performing video has nothing to do with fucking gear at all. It only has to do with technique. So I really want to get back to that. This year going full time, it was a lot of like brand deals coming in, and it was hard to keep up on it to the point where I just started to say no and turn things down or just throw out crazy numbers so I didn't have to do it. So yeah, I'll follow up videos to that one. I have no idea if they're going to do as well, but I really feel like I've been lacking on creating value. On creating the entertainment side of things, maybe not, but the value side, yeah. Richard asks, how do you keep making unique videos? Seems like every video idea has already been made, which becomes friction in creating. I wouldn't think about that too much. I think if you're going to do a video that you know has been covered a million times, you better come in with something unique. And if you're just going to be talking about the same shit, work on it more before you film it. Again, everybody has something that they could provide a value, a new spin on a topic. And if you feel like you don't have one, then figure out a way to authentically just talk about that. Anamorphic lens and their aesthetics is why I keep watching you. Yeah, I absolutely love anamorphics. I can't help it. Prime lenses mainly helping. Let's see. This film, my favorite news resolution. So Carlos chimed back in. Where'd it go? Yes, since then, I have been keeping up with your videos. I enjoyed your guide about making mini docs among your other videos. I really appreciate that, brother. So again, guys, Carlos found me through a gear video and stayed around, subscribed, I hope. And yeah, and then he saw my mini doc video that I was really passionate about that did really bad. But I know the people that did watch it, the reception was amazing. So that's okay in my book. Let's see. I'm going to dip off here soon. I would be interested on BTS of BTS. LOL, Jericho had a how-to BTS video that was great. Yeah, maybe I'll try to think about that. I mean, with me having ADHD, depending if I take my Adderall or not, Jericho has his hands full. Like it's a constant. A lot of the times when we go out filming, I'm filming for 3 to 5 videos, and my goal, like when I go out filming, usually my goal is not to finish one video within one day. I like getting bits, different bits for different videos throughout a day, and that's just my ADHD manic brain how it operates. So Jericho gets a little bit exhausted sometimes trying to deal with me because I'm just like, I'm so annoying on those shoot days. But yeah, and a lot of the times too, if you see things going out of focus or anything like that, I'm usually throwing gear in his hands that he's never used before. And it's like, sometimes it's like beta gear that hasn't been fully tested and doesn't have the right firmwares and blah, blah, blah. So I don't make it easy on him, that's for sure. I was watching Cam Mackey somewhat on and off, but became a fan when I saw your reply to Drill and Done. Boo-hoo, I did not get an invite, pity party. That's interesting. So you're deep in it. You like the YouTube drama, huh? That's okay. I like drama. Are you excited at all by immersive video, Blackmagic, and Ursa immersive camera? Not really. I haven't tried those Apple goggle things. So maybe after I try those, I'll be more excited about it. But for now, no. Okay, you should release a flashlight as a merch. Bro, that'd actually be sick. I'm one of those like nerdy dudes that love flashlights and like, just random dude shit, I guess we'll call it. So that actually would be cool. Imagine if I had like a branded flashlight just for anamorphic flares. Oh, I would get so much hate, but it'd be so worth it. That's a good idea, bro. Everybody remind me to do that. Mighty Miggy, what's up, homie? UK Shield checking in. I appreciate your everything, bro. If you guys don't know, we have really good chats and, really grounded. Played the GFX 102 lately. I have not. I may have been looking on Facebook Marketplace a little bit. As you guys know, I have check it out. Also, let me grab the other thing I just saw. Oops, got a cable with me. So as you guys know, I have the Hasselblad 907X. This is the Typoc 28mm. This is a full frame lens. But I'm gonna try to shoot some X-Pan with this setup because the 28mm. So part of me, I'm questioning if I should either, I've been annoying the hell out of my Hasselblad contact. Just like, bro, can I get this? Can I get that? Can you give me a discount on this? Because I really want to buy more lenses because all I have is the 55V. Which I love. It's pretty much like the same focal length as the Leica Q343. But if I'm going to start using this more on shoots, which I really want to, I need that 90mm f2.5 and I need their 25mm f2.5. But the reason I'm still kind of looking at Fuji is, you know, why I love the experience of this camera. The X2D would be amazing. I even thought about selling this or trading it in for the X2D just to try it out. But I think I'd probably end up regretting getting rid of this, honestly. But the reason I'm looking at GFXs is they have way more lens options. They still don't have a whole lot of lens options, but they have a lot more. And like they have like I think they have like a 50mm, but it's like a f1.7. Like I want that. I want faster lenses on these medium format cameras because I want that separation. So yeah, Kofi and I for like weeks we were talking about, you know, buying GFX cameras, and he pulled the trigger on a 50R. I looked at a 50S, but it was too beat up. I was like, bro, I can't do this. So yeah, I own the 50R. I've owned the 50S. I've owned a 50S2. The 50S was my favorite. I did the most work with the 50R, and it was amazing. My only gripe with it is that viewfinder is very small. So when I'm shooting in the desert, I always had to block my eye out. The 50S though was the most comfortable in hand because I even sent pics to Kofi. I used to own the 250mm. It's a freaking giant lens, and I would put that on the 50R. Way too big for that camera, but I would do back-to-back fashion shoots with that setup, and I loved it. I've got Cam live streaming and Blazar Remus pulled up on a separate tab. That's what's up. Wait, what do you mean though? Blazar Remus pulled up on a separate. Oh, you mean to order? Again, this is the Blazar Kato 40mm. Where'd my flashlight go? Guys, if I did make a flashlight, I'm going to put different Kelvin values on there. So I would do like a 3200 Kelvin, 4000, a 52, maybe like a 65. And make sure it's like high CCT values. This already sounds expensive. But yeah, this is the Blazar Kato 40mm. Were we wide open? I think we're at T4. Now we are at, now we're wide open at T2. And you can see it's hard to pull focus on me. This Mofage Poco, this one I don't believe has ever been shimmed. But the lens is usually pretty sharp. If I was to put, when I use my wooden camera E-mount PL adapter, all my lenses are way sharper. But this is at wide open. Let me turn down the exposure a little bit. I'm at 3200. So this is, again, the Blazar Kato 40mm wide open at T2. This looks wild, guys. This looks so fucking good. This is why I love anamorphic, because it's like all the textures, all like, it looks painterly. And to me, that's inspiring. Brother, man, you guys are just killing it with the super chats today. This is crazy. Seriously, I know, you know, as humans, we have to work freaking hard for our money. So it blows my mind that anybody would ever just randomly send me money. I really appreciate it. It's almost like a homie just randomly giving me $5. I'm like, bro, no, don't do that. But I really appreciate it. Came for the gear, stay for the vision. I appreciate that, brother. That's what a lot of this is about. You know, there's a lot of smaller creators making hate videos on larger creators and stuff, which in my mind, I still see myself as a small creator because I've been doing YouTube for like 4 or 5 years now, on and off. So even though I just hit 100,000, it doesn't feel like that. Like people were congratulating me. And I'm like, I don't feel like I deserve a congratulations. It felt weird. And, yeah, I appreciate you, you know, being able to allow me to share my visions and be pretentious. The Uncanny Mike said, I found you through a gear video, but what made me stay was that you don't trust, Jesus. Let me start over here. Man, the Uncanny Mike said, I found you through a gear video, but what made me stay was that you don't just talk about the gear, you're actually out using the gear. Yeah, for me, the last thing I want to do is sit here at my desk and talk about a camera. That's fucking boring. I want to go out, I want to use the camera, I want to see what I can do with it, and then sit down at my desk and talk about it and share everything that I learned. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Have you tried the Samyang anamorphic MF adapter? I have not. I haven't tried those lenses either. I am intrigued by them, but they're not autofocus. You would think they're autofocus, but they're not. So to me, I'm like, what's the point? I like that you don't edit out the pauses when you speak. Oh, I feel like I do that too much. That's interesting. Came for the vibe, stay for the style. I appreciate you guys. I love hearing, you know, your guys' viewpoint on all this and, you know, what I do that you guys might not like or what I do that you guys do like. If you guys don't like something that I like, I'm still going to do it. But if it's something where I'm like, oh yeah, he has a good point there, you know, we can all be honest here. Hitting Colorado anytime soon. Bro, I'm thinking about fucking driving back to Colorado to find my damn SSD that I lost on my last trip over there. I made a couple of stops. Actually, bro, I should hit you up and see if you're near those areas and see if my SSD's freaking on the floor somewhere. Nathan. Also, Preston, we got to link up this year, bro. Nathan said, in your X-Pen video, did you use an anamorphic lens attachment to your drone? I have been using one. It has produced the best work. I have not, but I bugged the hell out of Freewell to make one because I have the DJI Air 3, and no one makes an anamorphic adapter or a lens attachment for that drone. So I'm dying, though, because I really do love what, you know, even though, oops, sorry. Hope that didn't just blow out your guys' ears. Even though the squeeze factor is not that huge, I still feel like it adds some softness to the image that makes it a little bit more organic looking. Hey, bro, I might be near that way in February. I can't say for what, but microdose shrooms works as a dose. Yeah, Peter, what's interesting is I go to the Indian clinic. So if you're not in the States, well, I'm sure even if you are in the States, you might not know this, but I'm Native American, and we have it's basically called like IHS, Indian Healthcare Services. And my psychiatric doctor, the first time I met him, and he diagnosed me off the spot that I had ADHD. He's like, it's obvious. He was like laughing at me. He's like, I don't mean to laugh at you, but you're just like, you know, you're a textbook case of ADHD. He was low key trying to tell me to try to look into this type of stuff. Because he says there's a lot of studies proving that it helps realign certain parts of the brain that helps with that. So I'm not somebody that likes doing any of that kind of stuff. I barely even like drink these days. But I have been doing sleep gummies that do have some like THC in it. And it's not horrible. I'm not against it. But yeah, I really am going to look into that more. What's up, homie? Rav, guys, Rav and I have been DMing each other for years now. He's an OG. I'm watching Tubi Productions, and I've actually worked on a couple of those. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Like, I know a lot of us, you know, are pretentious here, and we're like, oh, who's watching this? A lot of people are still watching this content, guys. On the pause side, you won't get burnt out, though. Yeah, I don't imagine ever really getting burnt out on this. I think the only way I would get burnt out is if I'm doing stuff I don't want to do, which I don't imagine happening. But the light and camera you're using looks really good. Can you share the setup? Yeah, I've shared it a few times now. If you weren't here, I would say watch back. But yeah, it's a Blackmagic Pixis, and I have my internal Roadrunner LUTs that I sell. And it's literally just in camera. I'm not doing any tweaks to it or anything. Kofi, I think Brandon Washington would hate us if he had to do a live all the time with us. Yep, he's on it. Yeah, bro, same. I'm really hoping we get a digital version of it, though. Nothing will beat the original. Okay, here's another point here. So going back to how Disney grossed five billion worldwide box office, would you say Disney's possibly to blame for more, let's just say more, I guess we'll just call them better films, not doing well these days? It seems like back in the day, we would get these beautiful films where maybe they weren't box office hits, but the DVD and the back end of it, you know, studios would still invest into those films. Like a film like Pulp Fiction probably wouldn't be made these days because a studio doesn't want to invest into it because now they have to compete with Marvel. So whatever your point is, you know, I'm not trying to play devil's advocate. I guess I am a little bit. But yeah, if you're forced to use a sub 300 film camera, what would you get? $300 film camera, I guess you're saying? Probably like I think the Canon, I own two Canon QL17s. I think those were each around like $200 to $300. That camera's fucking amazing. I'll show you guys that. I'm going to pop off here soon because it's one I have to pee. Oh my God. I've been on this for over 2 hours. So this is the Canon QL17. This is the original camera that made me fall in love with the Fujifilm X100V, and then the Nikon ZF with the 40 millimeter, and now the Leica Q343, because this is a 40 millimeter f1.7 lens on here. Where's my focus? The camera wide open, so it's real subtle and not the sharpest. Sorry, I just sniffled in the phone. But yeah, this is, you see it's a f1.7 40 millimeter lens. This is also the camera where I will look at the photos I've taken. Let me get focus back on him. This is also the camera that when I look back at the photos I took with this, I realized my Fujifilm X100V N6 just wasn't getting the look that I thought it was giving me. The full frame film 40 millimeter field of view on this at f1.7 is fucking beautiful, and the X100V cannot do it. That's why I was really bummed that the X106 didn't put a faster lens, because in order to get the actual full frame set type of separation, you need a faster lens on that camera. So yeah, I would recommend that camera. Found you through Kofi. Oh, that's sick. That's dope. Shout out to Kofi again. They thought Marvel was just free money and the characters aren't really... Yep. Yep. Did you hear that Fuji in 2027 by bringing out pure digital... Yeah, I posted on Threads about it. I hope they don't do that, because the rumor says it's going to be on their crop sensors. And you're going to lose a lot of that vastness that you get. I don't care what lens you try to pair with it at what f-stop. That's not the point of the X-Pan. So I personally hope they don't do it unless they actually do a full frame version of it. What's up, homie? I love storytelling and every Be an Artist rant video. I'm going to do more of those. They don't get crazy views, but again, I know the people that do watch it are people that enjoy it and they get something from it. And I think that's more important sometimes than just views. I feel Macimorphic flashlight. That's kind of cool. Macmorphic. That's what I would call it. Macmorphic. Not into the drama, but respect that you said it like it was. Everyone's yapping on about honesty, integrity. You were the only one delivering on it. I was just kidding, bro. But yeah, there is, sadly, I hate that I've been thrown into so much bullshit this year, or last year, I should say, with YouTube. Like, I'm just a dude on here fucking trying to do shit that I enjoy, that I could be proud of. And you got all these fucking idiots speaking up. I'm like, bro, just focus on yourself. Focus on yourself, people. Chill gang. All my Aussie brother and sisters in the house. I guess mainly brothers. I don't think there's any girls that watch my channel. Where are the chat answers from? They are not in YouTube. Is this off? Are you on YouTube chat? I don't know. I need more Cam Mackey Best Buy lore. Maybe for my memberships, I'll do like a video about talking about Best Buy or something. It's really shaped a lot about me because that was like one of my first experience of like trying to be forced to be a salesman, and I just revolted. I couldn't do it. I would, people would come in ready to spend thousands, and I'd be like, bro, you don't need that. Like, you get this thing's like $500. Like, this is going to do the job you need. And my manager hated me. I got in so much trouble. My managers gave up on me. Because I was like, I'm not listening to you guys. I'm not going to sell bullshit. I don't need to sell. You heard it. Tips are for affordable NMR for GFX 1-2 with the adapter. I think I used the Blazar Remus, the A-set on the GFX, but I don't recall what aspect I used it in. But it looked pretty great, but those lenses do have a lot of distortion, and you're going to see that even more on that GFX if you shoot outside of full frame. Bro, I tried to go in November, but Sedona had other plans with the $6,000 surgery. I had to freaking messed up my whole November. Damn, another super chat. I appreciate it, guys. $20. This is crazy. Thanks for your video. They have inspired me. Some of what I do in my real life stream settings in real life is a different challenge from just filming, but I've made some things work. Bro, I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm curious what you mean by in real life live stream settings. I'm not sure what you mean by that. But I'm happy I can inspire you. And again, anytime I hear that I've inspired somebody, it inspires me to fucking double down and keep going. So I really appreciate it. I appreciate it, brother. All right, guys. Man, you guys are coming in hot on the chats. So this is the last comment we'll go over. I think people forget YouTubers are real people. Like, I'm positive they wouldn't be hating if you pulled up on them. 1,000%. I think some of these people, you know, they see characters that they watch and they low-key envy, which I don't like saying that word because it feels gross to even have to say it. But I think that's the case for a lot of these guys. And they see us and they just see characters and they don't think we deserve it. And they don't see all the efforts and, you know, all the sleepless nights and all the hard work we put into it. And, you know, we're just like them. We relate to them. We're on here the same reason they're on it, but for some reason, you know, they feel the need to hate. And then for the audience that does that, you know, they don't understand it. It's like, I would love to see if some of these haters have ever worked for anything of value, you know? So, oh, yeah, that's wild. I've been watching, I know his name's Nick, but I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not in that world at all. So I have no idea what his like thing is, but he does in real life streams. So it would be interesting if to see people do cinematic real life streams. Okay. Last chat here. Cause this is the homeboy right here. The faster you go through the narrow 1.5x, the worse, sorry, the more character you get out of it. I like it though. Yeah, dude. The Narrow was my gateway drug into becoming an anamorphic shill. It was the first adapter that was affordable and that looked good. Wasn't perfect, no, depending on what you paired it up with. But yeah, guys, my energy's dwindling off here. Enjoy the playback. And yeah, this was fun. Shout out to Ecamm. They have no idea who I am, but this software is freaking stunning. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, bro. $100 from the homie. Bro, I appreciate you. Seriously, thank you for the years of friendships and just banter that we do and the DMs. That's crazy. Just tell me $100, bro. What the fuck? Wow. Damn. All right. I appreciate it, brother. All right, guys. I love you guys. Seriously, thank you for being, you know, in this community with me. You know, there's no hierarchy here. This is truly, you guys are homies, and I'm your homie. So, yeah. Rev Holly, brother. I appreciate you, man. Son of a gun. Coming in hot at the end here. All right, guys. Love you guys. Have a good one. Peace.